Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:03 a.m.
Alexa, what's today's date?
It's Thursday, June 22nd.
Okay, guys, it's a bit overcast today, so I'm gonna still do a little walk to try to get my day started. So I know today, guys, I'm a little overwhelmed. It seems like I got so much to do that I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out how to just continue to get it straightened out. But I'm gonna do a little walk. Maybe the walk will help to clear my head a little bit, and we'll get a chance to get the brain going. So now I was watching a video on a transformation. This young lady, she looked like she is in her early 20s. Couldn't have been no more than 24 maybe. And she's talking about her life and her transformation, and about how she had to change her mindset, in order for her to get this transformation moving towards where she wants it to be, and everything she had to do it, to get it in line, and then how she had to change her framework, the mind about it. And she can't remember what weight she was, but she looked to have lost about 100 pounds, and you can tell the difference and the change in her physical appearance and everything. So, but she was talking about her journey, and she was telling us about how when she started out, she had no idea what it would take for her to get where she had to go, but she had the support of good friends and family members. And one particular friend she had kind of took on the challenge that she did, because he said he did the same. He had the same struggles as a young kid growing up, a bit on the chubby side, just trying to figure it out for himself. And so she kind of latched to him, and he sort of became her mentor, and he guided her and walked her through. And so now they're good gym buddies, and they're keeping it good for themselves. So she talked about how you think that once you get the weight off, that's it. And she says, cautious with that, because it's not it. It's just beginning, because you'll get to a point of feeling like you get to a point of feeling like that's once you've made it, you can sit back and rest on your laurels. Hold on, guys. I got a sweet speaker coming. Okay. So yeah, how she began to do that, and then she found herself gravitating and going back to some of the same, setting herself in the same ways. Doing some of the same things that she had been doing when she was younger, before she started. So it took her to like 2 years to do the full body transformation. I've seen another video with a guy who did the transformation, and he was talking about similar things, and he was talking about all the stuff he didn't know that he now knows. Simple stuff about how to eat and how he was punishing himself. He thought he was, where all he had to do was understand what his macros were and what what his caloric intake should have been, and how he didn't have to eat the same stuff all the time. He said that was the worst part for him, and he was getting tired of doing that. So he recommends variety. So the introduction of spices and powders and things to flavor your foods and that type of stuff, he says would go a long way. And also changing up what your diet is. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't always have to be the same. He says some of the differences that he made had to do with the way he ate. He ate chicken, ate a lot of chicken. So he ate a lot of chicken breasts, and those chicken breasts that he ate, he was afraid to put flavor on. Thinking that flavor was cheating. And so I never, I've been through the ups and downs of this thing, like I told you guys. And, I've been on different forms of diets. I've also tried different types of ways of doing it. And I find that a lot of the things that they're saying is true, You don't have to beat yourself up about what you're doing and how you're doing. Like for me, because I have a lot of massive weight to lose, not necessarily trying to lose it fast or quick, but I am trying to lose it. So if there's not trying to take any shortcuts, there aren't any real shortcuts that you can take. Guys, you just kind of have to grind it out and go through the motions of what it takes for you to get it off. And that's the truth of it. So however you tweak it, do it, that's whatever works for you is how you get there. So some of the stuff, that they're saying in terms of blandness, or at least he was saying in terms of blandness, and he showed an example where he held up a chicken breast fillet, and he showed how he was eating it without flavoring, and then he showed how they just put a little bit of seasonings on it in different ways, like lemon pepper or that type of stuff, and still, baked it or seared it, without the fat, and voila, it made such a difference. So, I don't know, maybe you guys have a thought on what I'm saying this morning. Maybe you know a little something that I don't know about how you should be eating. If it makes sense, let me know down in the comments, and we'll talk about it. So yeah, when I am feasting, like I'm doing the alternate day fasting. So today I'm back on the 36-hour fast, and guys, I got a street sweeper that's causing me havoc. Let me pause for a minute. Come right back. Okay. So yeah, I'm on the 36 hour fasting, and some of the things that I do during this time fits for me. So it's that, plus the intermittent fasting OMAD, which is, normally it would allow you to eat, but since I'm in the 36 window, I won't eat. I'll have I'm water fasting, or sometimes I'll juice smoothie fast. Not the case right now. And when you get to when you think you're feeling hunger pains or whatever, stick to drinking your water. I don't know how much water you should drink. I have this water bottle that holds 62 ounces of water, and I just double it, and I don't feel hungry, and it kind of helps me. And then, you can look at some of the options that they have for coffee options. Some of those coffee options, bulletproof coffees. Since he was talking about that, he was talking about adjustment and stuff. I take a little coffee. I don't have to have creamer in it, but I don't put any sugar in it. And maybe occasionally I'll put a little creamer in it, but not that often, just to kind of change up the taste, but it won't be all that much. And, I utilize the coffee, because a lot of stuff they talk about is how you'll throw off the autophagy, or how you're just a little bit of calories. Now you're breaking the fast, and that may be the case, but since I've been introduced to this 36-hour fasting, that's a lot different from you doing 3 to 6 to 7 to 10 days of fasting, which is fine because I've done that and I'm still here. So it won't kill you to do any of that. It just depends on your abilities to do, whether or not you can handle that. And it's not even about handling it. I think it's just, preference sometimes. I think it's sometimes, just how you go about things. I say, if 36-hour work, then do it. I'm starting to think that that's probably the best method now that I'm starting to do it, because you don't have to be where you're, what quote unquote people might say is starving. It's not starving when you're fasting, guys. It's not. You go through a couple of days of feeling hungry, and then your whether your body is eating off your built up storage of food and stuff. That's usually the case, and you don't really feel it as much once you get on this road. So, try the different ways. I'm trying the 36 so far, guys. I'm looking at it, and this is my second day going on it, because I was able to feast in between, and I'm fine. So, so that was one of the things that the guy said he would have changed. And then what else? Some of the stuff he talked about, he had to get himself, it's like he was talking about, first he was focused on and thought he had to be on a full gym membership and have a trainer and all this other stuff to do, what he had to do. And eventually he came around to what I've been telling you guys. Gym memberships are great if you can afford it and you decided that's what you want to do. This guy, he couldn't afford it. Hold on, guys. So yeah, guys, 36. I'm back on the 36-hour situation. So again, that's the choice that I'm choosing variations. All right, now, see you next time. That's the choice that I'm choosing. And it right now, it feels pretty good. You know, I'll give it some time. Just to see how it works out for me. And then I'll, you know, whether I need to tweak it or change it. But so far so good, because the benefit that I see, you know, coming forward is the fact that it's not such a long period. So if you don't have to be on a longer period and it's just a shorter time, then that's probably going to be a better situation for you, at least for me. So we'll see how it goes. So I just had a nice encounter with one of the elderly guys in the park. He seemed to be of Indian descent. Couldn't speak English, but we communicated, and he said his age is 85. So I'm telling you, and he's moving very spry. No canes, no nothing. And so I told him, I said, you know, I appreciate that he invited me to sit for a second. And he couldn't speak English, but we communicate. And we communicated. He said he had 3 children, whereas I have 1. Just thinking, you know, he pointed to the sky and he put his hands together as an indication to a higher power, and grateful that he's still moving at this age. And I see him often in this park. So that's sort of motivation for me. You know, what more do you need to tell you to get up off your butt and get into motion? So that was a good one for me this morning. I needed that. So, you know, when you start to really hone in on your thoughts about changing and trying to get yourself to change every day is not going to be the same. It's like I started this video out where having a little difficult this morning. So I said, let me clear my mind, and because I was feeling overwhelmed about this stuff, but you know, I'm walking and I have to pause this video because there was a street sweeper was making too much noise, and the guy seen me and he waved at me and he gestured to me, have a seat. Simple as that. You know, that changes your whole, sometimes little bitty things can change the way you think about stuff. So I will have a really good day today, just in that little brief encounter. So yeah, you know, sometimes you forget, you understand, and you talk about saying positive day, and it is a positive day. You know, every day may not be a positive day, but if you know, think of it as a positive day, it could change the way you think. So guys, that was 2 laps for me. I feel pretty good. I'm gonna go and tackle my day and get away from this overwhelming things that I have to do. As simple as that. There's nothing so pressing that it is going to stop me from doing what I need to do. And so that is including what I had to do today, because this would be one of those days I would have said, you know, normally, man, I just don't feel like getting out here. It's not quite as sunny day. It's a little breezy, a little cool for a summer day. And it's overcast. I don't think it's gonna rain, but you know, I could have easily just sat there and stewed in you know, all the overwhelming issues that I've had. So guys, thank you for watching my video. If you watched this far, I appreciate it. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. Positive day, guys. Talk to you next time.